Good morning, Reverend Tony out for a walk with Pancake again. This morning I've been thinking about three things that always come to mind for me around the abortion debate. Not about abortion, but about the debate around abortion. What with the opinion being leaked from the Supreme Court that they're ready to overturn Roe versus Wade. That's what I've been thinking about this morning. Come on, take a walk with me. I'm going to share those three things I always seem to rumble around my head about this debate. Thanks for joining us once again for a walk. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, like, share, comment. We appreciate that. Don't we, Pancake? She says yes, we do. When abortion is debated, a lot of people seem to form their opinions about it due to rather conservative religious views. I form part of my opinion about this debate and this issue on my religious views. And it is part of my religious faith and my religious tradition that women are autonomous, equal human beings like everyone else, and therefore have a right to make their own decisions about their own body, their own reproductive choices, their own health care. They are not to be treated like property. They are not to be treated like they are owned by someone else, or that their bodies are just to be used as a reproductive tool. So my faith tells me that women must have the right to an abortion. Part of my religious faith is a belief in democracy, not only at the level of our religious congregations, but in society as a whole. And the reality is, the people who want safe access to abortion and good quality sex education in our country make up the majority of people. And yet, due to flaws in the way we elect our elected officials, such as each state getting 2 senators, even though the population of those states is vastly dwarfed by other areas, we have a minority making decisions against a majority's wishes quite often. Even the judges who are ruling on the case wouldn't even be there if we had true democratic representation in our country. Another thing I always wonder about when this debate comes up is how the issue of abortion is never considered as a totality. The issue always seems to be reduced to this bare bones procedure where we're going to abort the fetus, and that's it. The whole debate around this is up or down, yes or no, this is okay. And like just about everything else in our life, it is never that simple. No one I know thinks abortion is a wonderful thing. No one I know goes around saying, hey, abortions are great things. I think every woman should have as many of them as they can possibly get in a lifetime. No one does this. No one thinks like this. The debate isn't, are abortions great things? The debate is, if a woman thinks this is necessary, this is the choice she is left with, whether it's an easy choice for her or a difficult one. That needs to be her prerogative. And quite often, the choice to have an abortion is made with trauma and stress and under dire circumstances. A relationship isn't going well. People feel they might not be able to provide for children. There's a major risk to a woman's health that she may die if she carries the pregnancy to term. There's major issues with the fetus and that the child will have severe complications. There's the fact that no one can really say for certain when life begins. We all have different philosophical and religious opinions about this. There are arguments medically about when this happens. We can know when a fetus is viable outside the womb, but that still doesn't answer our debate necessarily. The human capacity for reason and debate is to be used in community. As we share ideas with each other, we weed out the ones that don't hold up to the evidence and don't hold up to taking into consideration all the factors involved. And yet somehow we think that even on our own, we can figure out what is the best and only right thing to do. We're meant to reason with each other and discuss and debate so that together we can come to a good answer that's good for individuals and for the community. And instead, we reduce most of our most difficult pressing issues to oversimplistic sloganeering. And either you agree with me and you're good, or you don't and you're bad. We've got to do better. If you're going to be pro-life, be consistently pro-life. Be pro-quality of life. Be pro-life all along the board. That I could respect, even if I might come to disagree with your view. But to say you're pro-life and what you're only really being is anti-abortion procedure, that's not pro-life at all. That's just a lot of hypocrisy. All too frequently, the discussion about abortion being around the act of the abortion procedure itself lends people to say, well, I'm pro-life because I don't want that procedure to ever happen, and therefore save the life of the fetus, and they believe a person, no matter what stage that fetus is at. If that was a consistent ethic of life, being pro-life, I'd have a lot more respect for it. But all too frequently, the people I hear arguing the pro-life position are also against free universal health care, mandatory science-based sex education, free preschool and daycare, a living wage, and all the other things that would make for a quality of life. And most of the people who are so-called pro-life around abortion are also for capital punishment, which is about as anti-life as you get. It strikes me as being like a person who's a fisherman, and you catch something that's too small and it's illegal to catch it, so you throw it back so you can catch it and kill it later. And another thing I'm thinking about around this is it is time for the Democrats in the United States to exercise their actual power. They were elected to run the government this time. They need to dump the filibuster, pass voting rights legislation, pass legislation to protect the right to an abortion, and use the power they were given by the electorate. Republicans in this country have been, for so long, willing to break rules, skirt around things. The reason the Supreme Court is even going to rule this way is that it was packed with conservative judges politically by not even allowing votes or debate on judges nominated by a Democratic president. That's not fair. You're dealing with a team that cheats as a routine way of playing the game. You've got to use your strength when you have it and alter the field to your advantage. Use home field when you've got it. It is ridiculous. If there are Democrats who aren't going to go along with this, tell them to go be a Republican. Thanks for walking with us this morning. Once again, we appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell, like the video, share it with others, leave us a comment. What are your thoughts on the debate around this issue? Until next time, remember, Pancake and I love you. Bye for now.